All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Triple Play Sports. So today we are going to be ranking the top 10 duos for the National Basketball Association for the 2024-25 NBA season. So buckle up, get ready, and let's get into the video. All right, now I'm going to be starting off with the number 10 spot. In my number 10 spot, I have the Sacramento Kings duo of De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. Now, obviously this past season, they were the ninth seed, and they did beat Golden State in the play-in, but they obviously lost to New Orleans in the second playing game, so they didn't make the playoffs. But De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are an incredibly fun duo to watch. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in the entire NBA, led the entire NBA in steals, and this guy is really shifty, really fun to watch. They have taken Sacramento from like bottom feeders to a team that's going to be in playoff contention for years to come. And they're still a fairly young duo. Domantas Sabonis is 28. De'Aaron Fox is 26. So they still have a lot of good years left in them. And obviously, with the fact that Domantas Sabonis is really tall, he's really good at rebounding and getting to the rim. De'Aaron Fox is like a really shifty guy. I think that duo is going to pair together perfectly. And who knows, it might be back to top three in the conference this year. So De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are slotting in at the number 10 spot. Okay, now we're moving to the number 9 spot. We're going to stay in the Western Conference. We're going to move to the Northwest Division. We're going with Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, these are the only two first overall picks in franchise history for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they have completely hit on them. Anthony Edwards is one of the best young stars that we've seen in the NBA. I mean, this year, from last year to this year, he's taken such a huge leap, and how flashy he is, how electric of a player he is, and he's just so fun to watch. He has this great mentality of, they got to beat me. And he's just sticking to that. And he's playing such fun to watch basketball. And Karl Anthony Towns is as advertised. I mean, he's a great shooting big. He helps clean up messes down low. And these guys were a huge part in the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the fact that they won 56 games and they ended up as a 3 seed. Obviously, for a long time, they weren't very good ever since, KG left. But now they're really good, and Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns are headlining the success. And they were also really big in that second round series against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. And that was a thrilling 7 game series. And these guys were headlining the success for them. Obviously, they lost in the Western Conference Finals, but Anthony Edwards is only 23. Cat's still pretty young too, so they have a really bright future ahead of them, and they're gonna be uh helping Minnesota become contenders for years to come. So Anthony Edwards and Cat are in at the number 9 spot. No, we're going to be moving on to the number 8 spot. We're going to stay again in the Western Conference, and we're going with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, obviously, we were supposed to see this in 2022-23, but Chet obviously injured his foot. But this year, we got to see a glimpse of what the Thunder would look like, and they've looked incredible. I mean, they were the 1 seed. They ended up winning 57 games. That's a really good number. Obviously, last year they were a playing team. This year, jumping from the 10 seed to the 1 seed is a huge jump, and these guys are headlining the success. I mean, SGA was obviously All NBA first team runner up to Nikola Jokic for MVP, and obviously Chet Holmgren was runner up to Victor Wembanyama for Rookie of the Year. I mean, these guys are just such an incredibly fun duo to watch. SGA is a really good ball handler. He's a really good ISO scorer. He's a really good ball distributor. And Chet Holmgren, obviously, he's a very good a shooting big, and he's going to be a very important part for the Thunder for years to come. Same with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Who knows? Maybe this year, because they already have a little bit of that chemistry, they could end up winning 60 games. And that's another reason they're a little bit lower than other people might have on their list, is because compared to the other duos that will be on this list, they have so much to prove. And if they keep doing this for a few more years, I think they could definitely be top 5 or even top 3 in the NBA. So SGA and Chet Holmgren are at the number 8 spot. Or no, we're moving on to the number 7 spot. We're switching back to the Eastern Conference for this one, and we're going with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Now, obviously, the Sixers have had a slew of guard problems for the past couple years. Obviously, Ben Simmons was supposed to be really good, but he never panned out. James Harden was good for them, but obviously he wanted out. Now they have Tyrese Maxey headlining their backcourt, and I mean the kid's just phenomenal. He obviously just won Most Improved, and he's taking that huge jump. And because Harden was taking his reps, now that Maxey has gotten all those reps, I mean the kid's just an incredibly fun player to watch. I mean he's so talented, and his ball distribution has vastly improved. His scoring is vastly improved, and from the time I've watched him, he's been such a good player, and we all know what Embiid can do, other than foul bait. But he's just a really good scorer, and the reason this duo is so low, is because while they are a very good duo, they're still a young duo. They have time to develop. We don't know if the Sixers can even get past the second round. I mean, they haven't proven that in the past couple years. They haven't made a conference finals since forever. They haven't made an NBA finals since forever. You never know. The 76ers could be a contender in the Eastern Conference this year. So Embiid and Maxey are coming in at the number 7 spot. All right, now we're moving on to the sixth spot. I'm going to stay in the Eastern Conference. I'm going with Damian Lillard and Giannis from the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, obviously, prior to the season, obviously the Bucks got Dame in a blockbuster trade with the Portland Trail Blazers. A lot of the NBA community and NBA fans alike thought that this team was dead set on winning the finals. I mean, Giannis was coming back fully healthy. You have such a great player in Dame. But obviously, that wasn't the case. I mean, this team was quite disappointing from the get go. They went through two head coaches this year. They got bounced in the first round for a second year straight. And Dame's getting old. He's going to be 35 this upcoming season. Giannis is going to be 30 soon, or he is already 30, I believe. And I mean, this team has lost its defensive identity ever since Drew Holiday got traded to the Blazers and then to the Celtics. Um, Despite that, Giannis did make first All NBA team this year, and he's actually the first player to average 30 points on 60% shooting. Nobody's ever done that to date in NBA history, and we've seen Dame come up big in some big moments, and especially against the Sacramento Kings, that buzzer beater. We all know what happened there. Um, but in order for me to see this team make a bigger jump, I got to see them get farther in the playoffs. Obviously, injuries are out of their control. You really can't do much about that. But matter of the fact is, there are better duos than Dame and Giannis. But Dame and Giannis are still an offensive stalwart, a pair of offensive weapons, and it's definitely going to be hard to guard them for their second year together. So Dame and Giannis are in at the sixth spot. All right, now we're going to be moving into the top five. We have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns in at the five spot. Now, this duo, I rather, actually played in Team USA. They're one of two duos to play on Team USA this year. We're getting to the second one in a second, but Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are two incredible players. I mean, we all know what we go with Durant. I mean, he's just one of the most pure scorers in NBA history, one of the best scorers we've seen this generation. This guy has a buttery smooth jumper. He comes up clutch when you need him. He can just score from anywhere on the parquet, and that just speaks volumes of how good a player he is. And obviously, we know Devin Booker has been doing this with the Phoenix Suns since 2015, 2016. And this kid's just incredible. I saw him play on Team USA, and I mean, he's just been so like vocal about how good he wants to be, and he's backed that talk up. And I think that talk and um that play is going to transition over to Phoenix seamlessly, and we might get a fully healthy duo of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker this year. Obviously, last year they were plagued with injuries; they didn't play all too many games together. But I think that this team is going to be really good. Who knows? They might be top three in the Western Conference or even top five in the Western Conference this year if they keep it up. And they ended up tied for fifth in scoring in the NBA this past year. And Kevin Durant, despite that Achilles injury in the 2019 Finals, I mean the dude doesn't age. I don't even think he knows what aging is, but the dude is just incredible. So KD and D Book are in at the five spot. All right, now we're going to be moving into the fourth spot, and at the fourth spot, I have the 2023 NBA champs, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Now, these guys are bona fide postseason performers. We've seen that time and time again. Nikola Jokic, obviously, during their incredible finals run in 2023, he won Western Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP. And this year, it's really no different story. I mean, Jamal Murray has come up clutch in so many games. In the first round against the Lakers, he hit the game tying field goal and the game winning field goal in one of the games. I mean, he's just so incredible to watch. I mean, it's hard to guard Jokic as is. Like, you really can't do anything to stop Jokic. You just got to stop the players around him. But if you have a 40% shooter at Jokic at the helm of Nikola Jokic on the Denver Nuggets and Jamal Murray, it's going to be hard to beat them. Obviously, they were beat in the second round in a thrilling 7 game series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Um, but this duo, I think they're still such an incredible duo to watch. They're so awesome. They're so fun to watch. And I really can't say enough good things about them because of how much they've grown over the years as players. And Nikola Jokic is Nikola Jokic. He won his third MVP in 4 years. I personally think he should have won four straight, but obviously he didn't. But I think this duo is going to dominate the Denver Nuggets, and they're going to be a top five duo in the NBA for many, many years to come. So Jokic and Jamal Murray are in at the three spot. All right, now we're going to moving into the top three. At the top three, I have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Obviously, besides Durant and Booker, this duo was the other duo to play together on Team USA. And we all know what we get with LeBron James. I mean, the dude ages like a fine wine. He's just like Justin Verlander, but for the NBA. The dude is just so incredible. I mean, he's still the versatile player the Cavaliers drafted way back in 2003. And Anthony Davis is just a defensive stalwart. His fifth career all defensive selection, his third career all defensive first team. He came fourth in defensive player of the year voting. And obviously, he was all NBA second team. LeBron James was all NBA third team. And this duo is just incredible. I mean, when they're healthy, they're one of the best duos in the entire NBA. Obviously, that's been an issue with Anthony Davis these past couple of years. But this year, he ended up playing 76 games and LeBron is just LeBron. You can't really disrespect the guy even if you don't like him for what he did to your team in the playoffs. And I mean, it's just incredible to watch this duo, and they're such a good duo, and they deserve to be put in at the number three spot on my list. Or no, we're moving on to the number two spot on my list. And at number two, I have Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, this duo just came off of a finals loss to the Boston Celtics, a 5 game series. But Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic have, meshed so well together. In the NBA, when Kyrie got acquired by the Dallas Mavericks, a lot of people, myself included, thought that this team wouldn't make it. I thought, okay, Dallas, what are you doing here? You guys are shooting yourselves in the foot. But Kyrie Irving has found his stride. He's found a new home in Dallas with Luka in the backcourt. And Luka obviously led the entire NBA in scoring. He came up third in MVP voting behind SGA and Nikola Jokic. And I mean, he's just so like smart offensively. He knows how to pick apart offenses. And Kyrie, the greatest ball handler this game has ever seen. He's just so incredible. He's come up in so many spots huge for the Dallas Mavericks. Same with Luka, especially throughout the playoffs, throughout their playoff run to the NBA Finals. And their first full season together was incredible. Who knows? Maybe down the road they will win an NBA title. They may end up winning 55 plus games, but this team is coming in at the number two, and I think that they're going to be such a good duo for years to come. Okay, now moving on to the number one spot, I personally don't think there's any two ways about this. The best duo in the entire NBA is Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. These dudes have been through everything together ever since Tatum broke onto the scene in 2017. I mean, these guys have been to so many conference finals together, an NBA finals loss, and finally they won their first NBA finals this past year against the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, Tatum made first team All NBA. Jalen Brown locked up Luke on the finals to win Finals MVP. This duo is so 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 fun to watch. And the best part is they have 5 years together. It's not like this is just a one-off. Tatum is here to stay. Brown is here to stay. They have 5 years of basketball together, so they definitely have the potential to win a few more titles as a duo and be one of the greatest in NBA history. Now, Obviously, when they first came on, Tatum and Brown were a little selfish. They were playing isocentric ball, but now they really grown into their own. Brown's a team player. He's become so smart. He's so aggressive. Tatum's still the aggressive player he was in years past, and he's become a better ball distributor, a better playmaker, a better teammate. And these guys complement each other. It's awesome that the Celtics front office did not listen to any of the haters and split these guys up. They kept these guys together, and now they get to reap the rewards of the best duo in the National Basketball Association. And that's the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to drop a sub, make sure to drop a like, make sure to check out my channel. There's going to be more YouTube videos coming out soon. I did drop a top 10 quarterback wide receiver duo, so be sure to check that video out. And be sure to follow my social media. I will drop the links down below. And yeah, thanks again for watching. This is TPS signing off. Peace out.